All right, well, don't wait until it's too late. The worst time to get your furnace fixed is during a snowstorm, and it obviously looks like winter's on its way.
Oh, in some place it's already here. Dan Daru joins us live this morning to explain why. Dan, I went home to find our furnace on yesterday.
Hey, good morning, Ken. Good morning, Peggy. How you guys doing?
Hey, was that your little Tom delay there, Dan?
Yeah, that was nice.
Okay. I think you're going to snuck up on me or something like that. Guys, well, listen, we had a little weather last couple days, and I think yesterday in Highlands Ranch and in parts of rural where I live, it actually snowed a little bit. So you know what that means? Furnaces crank on. You know what that means? Some of the furnaces don't work. You know what that means, John? Some people are going to panic and say, oh my gosh, my furnace doesn't work. I got to call and get it repaired. You know what that means? Open up your wallet and you're going to spend some money, sometimes and a lot of times unnecessarily. John Hicks, nice to see you from Brothers Plumbing and Heating, established 1980. Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm good, Dan. How are you?
I'm not shaking your hand. It's television. What is this, a mayor's thing? Poof, 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 poof. All right, John, nice to see you, by the way. And, of course, we're talking about getting the furnace fixed. Now, the furnace is the one appliance, in my opinion, that's the least respected in the home, right? I mean, refrigerators are fun to buy. You open them up all the time. Brand new dishwashers, and that's awesome. You know, with a stainless steel appliance. Sure. But the furnace is the most important appliance in your home. And when it goes down, and then all of a sudden everybody knows about it, and then they panic, right? All right. So it was cold weather. You said you had a lot of calls. You said a lot of people called you out, and their furnace is actually running okay. So let's just do a little furnace checkup for this season. What should people do before they crank on the furnace? What do they need to look at?
Well, first thing you should do is just go up over to the thermostat and make sure the thermostat's actually on. That way, that in case they want to come down and see if it's actually running. The other thing
you're telling me 2 out of 10 customers on average just neglected to turn
the thermostat
on. So when they don't, and then they call you, you guys come out, you charge what, $79 for a house call?
$79, yeah.
Some guys charge more.
Sure.
They show up and they go, oh, here's your problem, ma'am. Click. And then it's $80, right? Yeah. So make sure it's turned on. Right. Make sure it's turned on. Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2 is there's sometimes a switch on the wall. This furnace actually doesn't have one, but you need to have a switch if, in fact, there's a switch on the wall that turn on. It's like a wall switch.
You know, there's one on my furnace. My kids turned it off all the time. Last winter, and it was really cold, and I was like, why is it freezing in here? Because the motor was running, but there was no heat. Yeah. I went downstairs, and I saw the
Well, they look like light switches, so you just assume that they need to be turned off if you're not downstairs.
Sure. Well, how come there's not one on this unit?
Well, I don't know, to be completely honest. It's probably back behind something.
But there should be a switch.
That's right.
Everyone should have a switch.
It's a safety switch.
And which begs the bigger question, how old should a furnace be until you have to replace it? Can it go forever? How long does it normally last?
20 years is what you want to look at.
20 years?
Yeah, I mean, outside of that, then the warranties on the heat exchangers start to go out and those kind of things.
How can you tell by looking at it how old it is?
They have a serial number inside of the furnace.
Let's bust this one open real quick and take a look real quick. And got my flashlight. It's the one thing guys can never have too much of, right? Yep. Flashlights and knives. You can never have too many. All right. Oh, here we go right here.
Right here's the serial.
Bless you, Josh. All right.
And then there's also a model number and a serial number inside here.
And it'll say how old it is. All right. So number 1, make sure your thermostat's turned on. Number 2, if your furnace doesn't work, and come downstairs, actually look at the unit, look for that switch. There should be a switch. It looks like a light switch.
That's correct.
Make sure that's turned on. Right. This is basic stuff. Is this Occam's razor? I don't know. All right, what else are we looking at?
The other thing is
last one.
You got to have a gas shut off. So sometimes, for whatever reason, if somebody's doing some construction in the house, it's often that happens too. So make sure your gas is actually...
So when you look at the knob, and if it's in line with the pipe, that means it's on. And if you do this, that means the gas line is turned off.
That's correct.
All right, for information, go to KDVR.com. Brothers Plumbing and Heating. Appreciate the advice. Maybe you're going to save some people a lot of money there, John. That might not be good for your business. But it might be good. Hey, coming up in a few minutes, guys, I know it's not exciting, but air filters, do you need them? And what kind should you use?
I hear those can save you a lot of money on your heating bill if you have a clean filter.
And there's arrows on there that tell you which way to go.
Or you can use it for Halloween.
Right. There's Dan just off in his own little Dan world.
You were just asking if I have a humidifier on the furnace. Yeah, which is important, especially when it's a really dry climate like we have here in Colorado.
You walk across the carpet and electrocute your husband. So you don't forget to turn that on and everything associated with that as well.
A good tip, Ken. Excellent idea.
7:46 on a Tuesday morning. It's a spinoff of The Family Guy. We are going to talk to the man, the voice behind Cleveland. Coming up in just a few.
Okay, 7:46 right now on a Tuesday morning. Taking a live look outside at I-70 in Havana, as you see there.
Or Havana, for those.
I'm throwing in a little tropical twist.
Havana pressure on?
Is that all right? We'll be right back, everyone.
Savannah?